guys, Joe here. So this morning I'm going to pick up a 1977 Starcraft. It's aluminum. It's got 120 horsepower Mercruiser. It's got a bunch of accessories, batteries, or not batteries, anchor, bumpers, some life jackets. I don't know what's good or what's bad in it. Originally the lady was asking $500 on offer up, and it was like a picture of the bottom of the boat with a boat cover on the top. I emailed her, I was like, hey, do you have any more pictures of the boat? No, because any aluminum boat is usually worth $500 or maybe more with a trailer. Unless it's one of those really, really old ones that has no style anymore, although some people still like them. So anyways, 3 weeks later, she responds and says, oh, by the way, I updated my listing and there's pictures and info. So I looked right away and it just said $1, make an offer. And the boat, I'll be honest, it's ugly inside. It's ugly inside, but the interior is actually, although I think it's completely original, it's in fair to moderately good shape. And I think there's a product out there for vinyl paint that I could probably change the color of the interior relatively inexpensively. Floor seems solid. It's got a windshield. It's not installed right now, but I think once I put everything back together, the real test obviously will be to see if the engine runs. I haven't checked it. I looked it over, it looked really clean. There was no battery. I ran over there at lunch on my lunch break from work to look at it, and I just didn't have time to really get in depth on it. But as with any inboard, outboard motor, I really worry that the block is cracked or there's some issue like that from not winterizing it, because the story went that the lady bought the boat, or her husband bought the boat from a neighbor it was his uncle. His uncle passed away, there was no paperwork, yada yada yada. Anyways, I got the paperwork straightened out, but make a long story short, I'm paying $150 for this boat. I offered her $200. I don't know why. It's like, I shouldn't be buying this boat, but you know what, if it runs, it'll be amazing. I would call it a river beater, just because that's the kind of boat I wouldn't really care about beating up on, and especially on the river. You know, sometimes you hit the bottom or you beach it, so you can hit some rocks and things. But being an aluminum boat, there's a lot of options with that. So I'm really excited about it. I will keep you guys up to date as the progress on the boat continues, and I hope to be making a few videos on possibly getting it going and maybe restoring it and showing you how I go through the process of fixing up a boat, getting it ready for sale, and how I make a little bit of extra money on the side. That's one of the things I do. I do that with snowmobiles, I do that with ATVs, jet skis, pretty much anything I can get my hands on. And I'll probably start posting some videos with some stories about some things that I've bought and sold in the past, and maybe give you some ideas on how to make a little extra money. And that's what it's all about. Things are getting so expensive nowadays, and if you can work on something and improve it and make it desirable to someone else, then there's no reason why you can't make a little bit of extra money on the side. And it's always good to have a few extra bucks in your pocket. So I'm gonna wrap it up, and I will see you with probably the next video will be me picking up the boat and towing it back to my house. So we'll keep our fingers crossed, as they say. Say a prayer to the Lord, and hopefully we will make it back in one piece. The tires won't blow out, and we'll have good news once we get a battery in it. See what happens. See you guys next time.